The way that I used to teach people to do marketing is I used to say, look, like make your marketing, make your page like a reality show of you. It used to work really well. And then when I taught people, I was like, yeah, do it like this. And, that was 10, 12, 13 years ago. It doesn't work like that anymore. Nobody cares. There's so much stuff available to people today that nobody's trying to get another reality show.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, as always, for joining me today. I want to talk to you guys about how I have more than tripled my marketing output, my views, my engagement, that has just led to so much more reach. I've done this over the last 30 days, and I have to give a credit to my brother, Mark Todd, who has helped me with this dramatically. And that's what I'm going to talk about on today's podcast. We're going to also talk about how I have been doing marketing in the past, and it used to work. It used to work great, but it just doesn't work as good anymore. And the reality is that I taught people in the way that I used to do it, and it worked for them back then, but I haven't taught any of this stuff in a while because I didn't feel confident in even what I was doing. But I can tell you that now that I'm doing it this way, good grief, I believe this will work really, really well for you, even if you don't have a sizable brand and people don't know you. So that's what I'm going to use this podcast to talk about. And you know what? Even before I start, I want to say this to you guys. The way that I do things is I try things, and if things work, then I share it with people. If it doesn't work, I don't share it. And everything that I do, and I said this to my brother, because really he came to me about a partnership, and I was like, I got to do it first, man. I got to feel good about it before I even bring this in to my audience. And he was like, yeah, I get that. And then we started talking about it a little bit more, and I was like, yeah, the reason why is because for me, even if my marketing hasn't been very good lately, my brand is what is allowing me to stay in business and do okay. There's a huge trust factor that my audience has with me. So when people trust me, they buy my stuff, even if my marketing sucks. But the reality is that many of you don't have that brand and don't have that reputation yet, at least in the online marketplace. So you've got to do really good marketing in order to get it off the ground. So I want to use this podcast. I want to talk about the way that I used to do it first and why it doesn't work anymore. Then I want to talk about the way that my brother has me doing it. And it's working extremely well. And it's like blown up our channel. So I was just looking like right before I came on, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these followers that are coming in, follow. I'm like, how's this happening? It's because, and it's happening through organic content. I mean, I do ads, but I'm not getting followers through ads, getting it through organic content. So that's what I want to talk about in today's episode. So let's talk about first how I used to do it and why it sucks. Or why it doesn't work the way that it used to work. I'm not say it sucks because it did work for me for a very long time. So the way that I used to teach people to do marketing is I used to say, look, like make your marketing, make your page like a reality show of you. So like for me, it's faith, family, football, physical therapy. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about finances, but physical, and then fitness, I'm a very active guy and I like to do things and be outside and bike and go to F45 and all the other stuff. But that's basically what I would do. So my page would just be a combination of those things. So it's like a reality show. And that's what I did. And it used to work really well. And then when I taught people, I was like, yeah, do it like this. And, that was 10, 12, 13 years ago. It doesn't work like that anymore. Nobody cares. There's so much stuff available to people today that nobody's trying to get another reality show. Like they're just not trying to do that. Like they don't want that. But what people do want is, well, they have so many things that they have access to, but there's certain things that they want. And what they want today might not be the thing they want tomorrow. But what they want at that time, how does a platform know what they want? The person will either watch it in its entirety, they will save it, or they'll share it. That's really it. And if you save it, you watch it in its entirety, or you share it, that usually tells the platform, put more of these types of viewers in front of this creator. My brother calls it the dual reverse flywheel. So over here, you have the creator. And the creator's job is to capture people's attention, create really good content that is something that is interesting to them, and then give them a call to action on what they should do next. So should I share it? Should you save this piece of content? Should you follow my page? What do you want them to do next? If you don't tell them, they won't do it. So that's the first part. That's a creator. The creator is doing that for who? The next part, the viewer. That's who the creator is doing it for. If the viewer is happy, the viewer likes it, the viewer watches it in its entirety, the viewer shares it, or they save it. The viewer then says, platform, I like this. That's how the viewer votes. The viewer doesn't just vote and say, ding, I like it. I don't like it. The viewer votes by saving it, by sharing it, or by watching it in its full entirety. If the viewer does that, it then sends a signal to the platform, and it tells the platform, this is actually good for this person. Since the platform knows everything about you, the platform then just says, let's send more of this content in front of this person, because this is what makes them save it, share it, watch it. That's it. Like, that's it. You don't need to have 50 followers. You don't need to have 5,000 followers. You don't need to have 500 followers. You don't need to have 50,000 followers to do this. You just need to know who you're talking to, why you're talking to them, and what you want them to do after you finish talking to them. That's it. And if the people do the thing that you want them to do in the form of saving it, sharing it, or watching it in its entirety, they will then put more of those people in front of you. And then the flywheel starts working just like that. And that's how it works. So the crazy part is today, you don't really need to share any personal stuff unless you want to entertain people with your drama, but you don't need to. You don't need to put all your family business in front of the platform. The platform doesn't care. The platform only cares about things that people save and people share. So if your family business stuff ain't so crazy that they want to say, oh my gosh, girl, did you see what happened to such and such? And they're sharing it, then it's really not going to benefit you. If you show your kids at Busch Gardens and you're showing, oh my God, look at my kids. Today, it's not going to really benefit you unless somebody wants to save it or share it. So basically what you need to do is you just need to find out what are people's interests. And you do content around that makes them want to save it, they want to share it, or they want to watch it. And that's how a platform works today. And it's the creator flywheel going this way. It's a platform flywheel going this way. And then in the middle of it, it's the viewer. And as you go faster and faster and faster and faster, the viewer basically likes it. And if more of those types of content gets put in front of the viewer. And that only happens because the platform says, put this in front of the viewer. That's how it works today. So you really don't need to do a reality show anymore. That's what I've been doing. And what I've learned as well is that you can't do the same type of content. Now, you can get really good at a certain type of content and people will like that. But you got to do different types of content because there's a theory called reactance. Reactance is where people see that you're putting up the same type of content over and over and over again, and then they get tired of it. They get bored. So you have to make sure that your content doesn't drown people's attention out. So the way you do that is you have different types of content, right? You have different types of hooks. You have different types of content in and of itself. And you put the right content in front of people that they like. That it's not the same thing you're seeing over and over again. So let me tell you how that changed for me. So one of the things I love to do is I love to do live videos. I love to do live videos because I feel like it's authentic. It's me. I can just share and talk. And live videos, they're great, but they're not very good for content. They're not very good for getting in front of people because you're usually using the same background. And you're like starting, hey, I'm going to share something to you today. Oh, heard that before. Gone. Oh, hey, you know what? If you're on live, comment live. If you're on replay, comment replay. Oh, heard that before. Gone. And so people don't care for that. Okay. But what people care for is are you giving me something that's valuable? Is this thing that you're doing for me? What will this thing do for me? And what do I need to do next? You do that, people are very happy. And that's what gets content to pop today. So if you haven't heard that before, well, now you've heard it. Okay. I want you to start doing it in this way. If you need help with this, then we're going to be doing a class on this sometime in April. So if you want to come to the class, just go ahead and comment marketing class and I'll send you a link to it when we have it ready. But that's really it, guys. It's over tripled my marketing efforts over the last month and a half. It's unbelievable. So I hope you do that. I hope you find value in this episode. and I'll talk to you next time. Till next time.